Hey guys, happy quarantine. So today I'm going to be sitting down to play with some new products from Jane Iredale. We've got a new foundation, we've got some eyeshadows, a blush, some lip products. So if you guys would like to hear my thoughts on these new products, I believe these are their spring 2020 products, then just keep watching. First I want to start off with this Lemongrass Love Hydration Spray. In the past, you've probably seen me use their Palm Mist Hydration Spray, which I absolutely love. This smells amazing and it really works to hydrate the skin. So I'm curious to see if you feel the same about this one. Mine's very dented, got very dented in transit, but we'll see. So we'll start off with this before we go in with foundation. It's a nice fine mist. Smells heavenly. So refreshing. And I should mention the brand is cruelty free. Okay, next up we have the new foundation. This is their Beyond Matte Liquid Foundation. Doesn't say anything on the box, but you get 0.9 fluid ounces, so a little bit less than standard. Okay, I have the shades M1 and M4. And this one might be a little too light and this one might be a little too dark, so we'll give it a try. It just says Beyond Matte Liquid Foundation. Doesn't say anything else on the bottle, so I don't know if it's full coverage, light coverage. It just says Beyond Matte. That's what we have to work with. So it looks like it's a screw-off lid with a strange stumpy applicator. Is this hollow? Looks like it's like a hollowed out straw. Okay, weird. It's not a spatula and it's not a pump. Strange. Okay, well here is M1. A little bit on the yellow tone side, and here is M4. I think M4 is actually going to be a better shade match to my skin tone. Hair is pin backed. I have my Tati Beauty Blendiful and my Maybelline Face to Use sponge. I also have one of their blending brushes, which is like a stippling brush, which is how Scott Barnes generally applies his foundation. So I thought that we would try these three methods. This one's very curved. It looks like it got damaged in transit. So let's dot on a little bit of the M4 and a little bit of the M1 because I think this is going to be a little too deep. I said I don't know what kind of coverage this is, so let's start off with the Tati Beauty Blendiful. Okay, I feel like it mostly disappeared there. Let's try the sponge. Definitely better coverage with the sponge. So I'm going to say the Blendiful is not the way to go with this particular foundation. I forgot to try the brush, so on this side, which has the lightest coverage, I will try their brush. This is what their blending brush looks like. It's two different length bristles. So we're gonna kind of like swirl and stipple and see how it works. I think I like this. That looks really nice. Okay, so the sponge or like a stippling brush seems to work really well for this foundation. So this is what my skin looks like right now. There's a little bit of glow to it. It's not like completely dry, crusty matte. And it has already set down, so no need for powder. So let me just add a little concealer and we'll be back to try the next product. Okay, so I went ahead and put a little bit of concealer under the eyes and just powdered the T-zone area where I tend to get a little oily. So next let's move on to another shade of their Pure Pressed Blush, and I love these. I have two shades. One is Dubonnet, which is one of my favorites. It's been in my 2019 favorites and lots of my monthly favorites. I have another one I think called Cotton Candy, which has like a hint of sparkle to it. They're really, really pretty. Again, their packaging is this beautiful rose gold shade. This one is the shade Awake, and it looks like a nice cool tone pink shade. A nice, like, almost Barbie flush, but not too intense. Kind of like that. It's like a subdued pink. It's one that I can handle. It's not like neon. So I like that. I knew I liked their blushes. No surprise there. So next up we have 3 lip products. These are the Triple Luxe Long Lasting Naturally Moist Lipstick. Now I personally can't stand the word moist. Just don't like that word. But I have 3 shades here. I have Stephanie, Ellen, and Sakura. And there are no claims on the box, so let's open them up and do swatches. We'll start with Sakura. Looks like a nice, like, corally peachy shade. Right here. They smell slightly like a MAC lipstick meets a drugstore lipstick. It has that like slightly chemical but slightly vanilla cocoa scent. And I didn't show you the packaging. It's beautiful metallic packaging, rose gold, very luxe looking. Next up we have Ellen, which is this like fiery orange shade, which is not actually as intense when swatched. It's definitely a bit more of a sheer formula. And finally we have Stephanie, which is more of like a cool tone mauve shade, which is the one that I would like to try today. And the bullets are very soft. I barely have it rolled up, and as I'm swatching, it's kind of bending in the tube. So these probably would not fare well if you store your lipstick somewhere that's on the warmer side. Just a heads up. They have that chemically taste. Okay, so they have like a nice shine to them, but I can't get past the taste. To me, they're like the L'Oreal lipsticks, or there was another brand that had a similar taste. Was it the Revlon ones years ago? So I don't know, the taste I'm not loving. The formula is fine, but nothing revolutionary. So let's move on to the next product we have, which is the Pure Basics Eyeshadow Kit. I'm not a big fan of that, guys, sorry. This is what the Pure Basic eyeshadow palette looks like. It reminds me of like hourglass shape, but it's very metallic, very reflective, and will definitely get fingerprinted very quickly. And these all have little release buttons, which is nice, so you're not gonna mess up your manicure popping these open. Inside you have a mirror, you have a nice large shade, and then you have 4. The names of these shadows are funny. We have lace panties, t-shirt, silk blouse, leggings, and classic pumps. Has like a little foamy sponge brush, which I never use for shadow. So let's do some swatches real quick. They're very soft, pretty pigmented. Yeah, they're definitely pigmented. Okay, the first 2 shades are similar to my skin tone, so you may not be able to see them. Here's the like creamy pink, the beige, the light brown, the kind of terracotta shade, and the deep brown. So I'm gonna hop off, do one eye, and be back to show you what I did. Okay, the look I came up with is very, very basic, and I'll show you what I did, and then we'll talk about my thoughts at the end. So I started off with this first shade kind of all over the lid, just like as a base. Next I went into this mid-tone brown as like a crease shade. Then I went in with the cream shade, kind of buff out the edges. And then I went in with the deepest brown on the outer corner. And then I went in with my finger with that very first round circular pan shade on the inner part of the lid to brighten it. It is a nice brightening shade, I will give it that. Okay, so that is what the top lid looks like. Am I super blown away by these shadows? No, they're just like a light, buildable, neutral shades. I mean, the brightening shade is nice, but I have so many other palettes with similar shades to this. There's nothing that really stands out about this. I like that they made the one that you would use the most, the largest pan, but this is like a throwaway brush. I wouldn't even use it. I like that it has a mirror and the packaging is nice. So if you are a beginner, I feel like this all matte palette would be nice for you if you don't have any other shades similar to this in your collection already. But for someone with a makeup collection as intense as mine, this is not something that I will find myself reaching for, simply because I have these shades in other palettes with other colors in them to create a variety of looks. So it's not something I will reach for much. Let's talk about the foundation. The foundation actually, it looks okay. It is already settling into smile lines here. So if you have dry skin, this is probably not going to be for you. I have combination skin, and on the areas that I get oily, like right here, it looks really nice. Around my nose and cheek area, it looks nice and smooth. So this might be one that I might mix into other products that aren't as matte or aren't as long lasting. I could see this working really well as like a mixing foundation for me. It looks fine right now. I have no major complaints. So far, so good. The blush I knew I would love. I really like this color. It's like a soft, cooler tone pink. It's not like an intense fuchsia or hot pink. It's much more wearable, and I think this is really pretty. Again, this is the shade Awake. This blending brush I think worked really well to blend in my foundation. I like it a lot better than the Blendiful, which I've been liking for more like satin to dewy finish foundations. I found that for matte foundations that this is a little too intense for things like that, but I really liked this. This is definitely my preferred method of application for this particular foundation, and I will continue to use it. I really like this technique that Scott Barnes suggested, so glad I picked this up. And then finally we have the hydration spray. I know from experience that I like their other hydration sprays, so I'm hoping I will also like this one. I just want to see how it works as like a final step too. Okay, I sprayed it onto this side of my face. Not much noticeable difference from side to side, so I wouldn't necessarily say that this works super well as like a finishing spray or setting spray, but it does work really well as a hydrating base spray. And the lipsticks, while the shades are nice and you get like a medium coverage color on the lips, I cannot handle the taste. Just that like chemically perfumey taste on the lips, so I will not be reaching for these. I will not be wearing these. But if you're not bothered by fragrance in your lip products, then you may not have a problem with it. But personally for me, this is just not something that I will be reaching for. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed seeing swatches, try on, and hearing my first impressions of the new products from Jane Iredale. If you did enjoy this video, remember to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and as always, I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.